going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. We in the Fight Club talking the fight of the decade, people dubbing it Spence versus Crawford. And as always, go down, like and subscribe, and please comment your picks, boy, because we is split on this motherfucker right now. We need to hear from y'all in the comment section. Let us know who y'all rocking with, how much y'all betting on y'all bets for this weekend. But as always, these are y'all's hosts for the show. I'm Paul Pickle, Wyndham Concha. I ain't got the Bud Light, but I got the Coors Light. And who's with me?
Going on, boys? It's your man Marcus Primetime Penley. You know what it is.
Your boy Jamari, aka Southpaw's Run Boxing. I'm very excited for these fights, man.
Yes, sir. Big fight, man. Legendary fight.
Are y'all calling it fight of the decade? Is it in y'all's eyes? Is it the fight of the decade?
Oh yeah, for sure. 100%. So far, there's not a bigger. Especially since it's been like 5 years in the making. 5 years in the making. Ever since we can even go technically back to 2017 when it was just like a thought. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford was an undisputed just became an undisputed world champion. Could he do it again at 147? This is like 2017. Could he do it again at 147? Could he go against Keith Thurman, Kell Brook, Errol Spence? Can he match it up with the great, with those welterweights? You know what I'm saying? It was just a thought. Right. He was still at 140, but those guys were at 147. And I was a thought. Then you know what I'm saying? They officially started calling each other out. That one video in 2018 when they bet $1 million to each other's face, I got a lot of hype to each other's face. $1 million to each other's face. They shook on it and everything. You know what I'm saying? And ever since that.
But fucking, you know how?
I think so.
Like high end boxers, you always see them so composed when they talking shit. Like the boxers that really be like, they know their hands is like that. You don't see them getting hype. You won't see them getting too rowdy. They'll be as calm as a cucumber. And they're like how those two were when because they was talking shit. They were talking big shit. But it was like how calm and cool. Like I'm not gonna swing on you here. Like boy, like $1 million right now. Let's bet it. Let's fucking
they're not a sell it.
They got so much respect for each other too.
But, and it's a confidence too.
So before we jump into the mega fight, the fight of the decade, boys, we got to talk what happened early Tuesday morning where my guy Inoue took care of business in Japan. And like I said, I will tell y'all later, y'all got to go pick y'all mans up, bro. Y'all had to go pick your mans up, bro. The way that shit was beautiful. Left hand to the body that he kept doing all fight long to set up the right hand that just sent him. And then a little follow-up punch. Went on to
from the first round.
Went on to celebrate and turned around. Oh, fuck, he got back up, put it back on him, and then fight over. Boy won his first.
Oh, yeah, man. Fight. Oh, yeah, for sure. I was going to say that first shot, I did not expect him to get up from that. I thought he was out. I did not expect him to get up from that shot.
Yeah, fact.
But I ain't gonna lie. I know he just beat the hell out of him. Like every single way. It wasn't close.
That shit from the first round.
It was beautiful watching it. It was beautiful watching it as a boxing fan, but as a Fulton fan, it sucked.
Yeah, that shit hurt, bro. I honestly, after the second round, I kind of had no hope in Fulton because, like, bro came to the corner, nose was bleeding. He was moving good, like how I wanted him to move, but he didn't have enough offense. I seen Inoue was punching through the guard, and, like, he was just, like, you could tell he was just slowly setting up his shit, bro, and you just seen, like, there's no way this man's gonna last all 12, bro.
For sure. It's the same thing with the Paul Butler fight. Same thing with Paul Butler fight. You know what I'm saying? The offensive fighter just they weren't throwing the jab, wasn't shooting the right hand, and weren't, you know what I'm saying? He needed that left hand, and he neutralized all his moves.
He just I don't know if it was like the power of Inoue that kind of like made him gun shy, but he just wasn't. He didn't have enough.
He was cutting him off the ring too. You know what I'm saying?
He went crazy, bro. There's Fulton
going crazy
out of them corners.
You know what I'm saying? Just cutting him off, trapping him with shots, doing nothing. But you know what I'm saying? He had no choice but to tie up.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, bro. That boy Inoue is a fucking monster, literally. I can't believe it.
We're watching a fucking unicorn right now, brothers. We gotta appreciate what's going on. It was 4th division world champ, undisputed in 1, unified at 122 now. And I gotta give credit to Fulton. Made his bag, 3.1 million, as what they're saying is what he made from that fight. Way more than what he made in the U.S. fights. So he got his bag. He dared to be great. I can't knock him for that. And a lot of these fucking Twitter accounts and other, I seen a lot of UFC fans commenting on it too. That's like, bro, shut the fuck up, because y'all are talking about how Fulton's a bum. Look how much of a bum he was. Da, da, da. If Inoue didn't exist, Fulton would be undisputed in the weight class of 122. And then he would have moved up to 126 and arguably would have been, he definitely would have won one belt. It's just how many belts would he have won at 126? And it's like, y'all really, it's just, don't compare, like, don't, just because Inoue was so much better doesn't knock who Fulton was before this. Because even when Inoue moves up, Fulton is still the number one guy at 122 and potentially 126.
It's the same people who complain about the best not fighting the best. And as soon as they fight, they don't want to give anyone like respect.
Right. You're gonna clown him for taking a loss, but then you're gonna try to sit here and say you want the best, fighting the best, and all that bullshit. And then you're gonna try to clown.
Then when there's fighters like Tank who says, fuck y'all haters, I'm gonna just make my money. Then that's when they want to cry. They don't give no credit.
Us fans always find a way to bitch. That is a given. It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah.
Especially in boxing.
I will say, bro, I called that shit, though. After he beats Fulton, his next fight will be Marlon Tapales for Undisputed, because Tapales being MJ.
That boy got in the ring.
Bro, him being Akhdov was such a big upset. MJ is such a bum as of right now. He got to get some shit together. He's sold out. He's never gotten better. Like, once he got his champion belts, he just never got better. And people have passed him up since then. And, like, now Tapales being a champ, I mean, credit where credit's due. He did that shit. He beat him. But Tapales is just a standing champ. Like, we all know what's going to happen when Inoue fights Tapales. I mean, maybe I'll be shocked. But this
for sure.
He's going to go undisputed in 2 divisions, like back to back, probably in like a year or 2. Like, fastest. I want like Terence Crawford. How long will it take for him if he goes undisputed in his 2nd division? Like, Inoue's going to do it at a record pace.
He could do it in 1 year in reality.
Yeah, and one more thing about the MJ thing. Like, ever since he won the belts, he just stopped caring about boxing. He got super out of shape in between camps. You seen those pictures? You seen the video of him working out like his first time back in the gym and how like out of shape. You know what I'm saying? So he got those belts and just stopped caring. He stopped staying disciplined in between camps, and it showed in his last couple of performances. It showed. Then it actually hurt him. He lost.
All that Kazakh style, bro. That shit ain't going nowhere right now. But fucking shout out anyway. Shout out Fulton. They dared to be great. We saw who happened to be part of that year. And as of right now, where do y'all have Inoue ranked pound for pound?
1. I got 1.
Uno.
Gotta be.
I wanted
until Saturday's over, but that still could be a toss up. But there's no doubt, bro. You gotta have.
I feel like they gotta look. I feel like it has to be a stoppage. I feel like it has to be a stoppage for them to be number 1, just because this is his 4th. Like, this is his 4th division.
And he didn't go over. If he would have beat Tapales to become unified champ, there could be argument. Oh, well, look at who he fought. It's like, no, he went to the division and fought the fucking fighter there, and then fucking close.
I have Fulton up top 10. Yeah, I have Fulton pound for pound top 10.
I have Fulton at top 10, bottom half, but definitely top 10.
I have 9 to 10.
I had him in the 10 to 15 range before this fight. He was 10-15. Like, he was knocking on that door. He just needed like one more good fight, I think.
The only thing that like would be the argument between Crawford and Spence is they're 2 top 5 pound for pound fighters. So like that's like the only argument. But I truly think, bro, even though I'm a big Bud guy, I think Inoue is the number 1 fighter in the world, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like it's really easy to say he's number 1, but shit, I don't know, man.
Sure.
It's crazy. 2 fights in 1 week.
It should be Usyk. It really should be Usyk.
Yeah, I know, man.
Because Tyson Fury really. It really, like, I've been saying this for years. I even picked Usyk beating Joshua the first time. They call me crazy. Usyk has been ever since that undisputed run in 2018 was one of the best undisputed runs I've ever seen.
On the road
to each in their territory. You know what I'm saying? And if you did it to Fury, it would have been no debate. But you know what I'm saying. But Inoue's still 5 though. Inouye has that number 1.
Facts.
And are y'all entertaining the Tank talk? Because I'm not entertaining that bullshit. The people that are like,
I'm not entertaining it now, bro.
WBC's promoter is the worst promoter in the fuck. He is a crook. That man, Stephen Fulton knows or whatever, but that boy is a crook, and
that boy just trying to get a bag.
Like it was like
only
like
13 pounds.
It was like 2 years ago when Tank was giving Inoue respect. He said he wouldn't fight him. It's like the difference is too like. You know what I'm saying? And that was when Tank was a little bit more like more undisciplined. Like he was like, "Oh no way, I could get back down to 130."
Right.
And that was when Inoue was still like I don't even think Inoue was at 118 yet. I don't even know if then. But yeah, that. Right. But yeah, Tank. Yeah, I don't think. It's just
it's not
for engagement. It's good for engagements.
That'll be
good for engagements.
If that fight ever does happen, I won't like because I feel like it'll either happen way too late in somebody's career, or it'll happen way too early. Like they're gonna push Inoue up weight classes where his frame is.
He's gonna have a limit at some point. He's gonna have a limit at some point.
We're gonna get Tank versus Sugar Sean O'Malley before that happens.
Hey, I would sign up for that. I'm not gonna lie. I know who would win.
Wow.
I would still sign up.
Wow. No. Well, I actually think that fight's gonna happen. Like when they're like a couple years from now.
It could.
That's a huge money. That's a huge money fight. Sugar Sean said multiple times he wanted to fight Tank. Multiple.
Man, that's a big money I didn't even know that. You just put me on. I didn't know that.
You ever seen him? His well, it was on the Bradley Martin interview. He was like, man, I would love to fight.
A big.
He also said. He was like, he just tried talking trash, but he said that's big money opportunity.
That's fair. That's true, man. That shit would be dope.
Mm-hmm.
All right, boys. Well, we talked Tuesday morning, Monday night. I don't know what time is it over there in Japan. Whenever it was like Tuesday morning for us, is it like Tuesday night? Is it like Monday night?
It was not. It's definitely nighttime.
I think it's Monday night.
That's crazy, but do you have it Monday night?
I think, but I don't know, but we're gonna sound like some dummies. I don't know, but don't ask me, bro. I ain't never been in no
people that are calling us dummies will be the same motherfuckers that Googled the answer before calling us dummies. They ain't got no fucking.
That's true. Try to talk.
Like, I don't know that.
Nah, that's crazy.
They don't know. They don't know either.
Yeah, that's funny.
What we do know is Saturday night, July 29th, all the marbles, all the belts, undisputed talk going down at 147, Spence versus Crawford, right? As a lot of people know, some of us here are Team Bud, some of us are Team Spence, and it might get a little shicey this episode, so let's get into it. Before we talk the main event, the fucking big, juicy, prime rib, 32-ounce big boy right there. We got to talk about the appetizer, the co-main event, Pitbull Cruz going up against Cabrera, which, I mean, I didn't know until Gator Boy informed me before the pod started that a lot of people online is talking Cabrera upset, plus 560, money line, bro. Calling it now. That's kind of wild, but what do y'all think?
I think it's just people trying to downplay Cruz's success and like I see the same people like keep trying to say how like Cruz is super overrated. Like I'm not saying he's super good, but he's not no like journeyman bum like they're trying to make him out to be. So they're picking this guy for the upset. They don't even know who the guy is. They're just picking up. Oh, he has size. He can out jab him. Like they don't know. They're just
he's undefeated. He's 21-0.
They're just hating.
That boy Cruz got like 2-1 on his record. What the fuck?
but yeah, I expect Cruz to get him out of there in 4 rounds.
Hell yeah,
I expect Tank. I mean, not Tank. I expect Cruz to jump in that ring and call Tank out.
Again,
and that's gonna set up. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's gonna set it up for the December fight, Tank versus Cruz too.
Do you think if Haney does move up to fight Regis, do you think it'll be for a vacant belt?
Regis?
Yeah, if Haney moves up and drops his belt.
Oh yeah. 100%. WA. They might just promote Tank to the champion. If I'm being honest, they might just say, you already have the regular belt because that's money. That's money right there. There's no way they wouldn't put that in the belt. That's extra money.
Facts.
What do you see with Cabrera? Mark, what do you see with Cruz? Is it just another quick knockout for Cruz as he claws his way back to the Tank fight?
I think Cruz is going to look for a great performance, man. I think because now his name has been in the talks with all the other 135. So, I mean, He's trying to get them big fights. He's gonna I think he's gonna call out Tank again. I don't know if the fight will be made. I'm still iffy on that, but he's definitely gonna try to call him out, or he's gonna try to call out another 135. So I mean, I think he's gonna try to look for a big performance, man. And he got the spotlight for it, big fight. There's gonna be a lot of eyes on him.
Fucking I mean, like we said, he had the Tank loss. Definitely was the closest fight of Tank career at that point. And a lot of people give a lot of respect for Pitbull for that put on performance. But I mean, after that, this complete dominating fashion. Last fight, second round knockout. The fight before that, he beat up everyone's favorite veteran, Gamboa. Beat
Gamboa.
Throw a little Gamboa on your resume, bro. Make it look a little better.
Yeah, facts.
That's all you got to do. Throw a little Gamboa. At this point, throw a little Gamboa on you. Get you in the title talks.
Sprinkle a little bit of Gamboa.
But it's a name boxing fans would recognize.
Yeah, no, but that's one of the things I always give shit to Gamboa. He was such a great fighter in his prime. Shout out to him in his prime. But since then, he's just been used as a resume seasoner. Like, oh, I got a prospect. Here, Gamboa.
Bro, didn't he fight on like a torn Achilles or some shit?
Against
him? No. They said he tore his Achilles in the Tank fight.
Was that not true?
I don't know.
I mean,
well, he fought Haney after Tank, so I don't. If he was hurt for any fight, it was probably against Haney.
And that was in this. It was December 2019 they fought. And how long would you be out for Achilles?
A minute, bro. Like at least a year. Right?
His next fight. His next fight was in 2020, like November 2020 against Devin Haney. So clearly he was clearly he was able to train at least months prior before that. So I don't think he tore his Achilles.
He was just old as shit, still boxing, bro. That's what it was. He's just old as shit, still boxing. That was the reason.
Just was hurting. He woke up sore as shit and was like, nah, I tore something.
Like, oh man, you didn't drink your milk yesterday.
Yeah, well, I just think if he tore his Achilles, I think he would have been out longer.
Like, remember what happened to KD, bro? Come on.
Yeah, look how long. He returned far. Gamboa returned far quicker than KD and Kobe when they tore their Achilles.
Facts. That's crazy.
That man was training 6 months after he tore his Achilles.
So we're not going to be that weird podcast that tries to be different and say, yeah, bro, Cabrera is going to be a fun money line. Put a little something. No, bro. Cruz, I expect this to be done in 6 rounds. Take Cruz 1 through 6 KO. I think Cruz to win by knockout is already minus 300. So it's such a big favorite just to knock him out. You got to find a round that you like.
Yeah. I like it. I think he's gonna do it early because I think he's really gonna try to. And it's been a long layoff. I think it's been since last September he's fought. He wants to put on a statement. He wants to prove that he's really better than Tank because a lot of people thought. At the time before the rewatch, people were saying oh, Cruz won robbery and stuff, and Cruz was like, I took the fight on 2 weeks' notice, and I gave Tank the fight of his life. Imagine me with a full camp, more experience. What's gonna happen then?
And film, and you got film on
more
the fight.
More film. He took that fight. He was out of shape. He was out of shape. 2 weeks' notice, out of shape. Gave Tank the fight of his life. He's like, okay. I barely lost on a 2 weeks notice while I was out of shape. You know what I'm saying? Now he has a full camp, more study time. Tank's coming out of, he's coming out of jail, so he might be a little rusty and stuff.
Demon
you know what I'm saying? Cruz has Cruz has no reason not to be super confident.
I like it, and I definitely co-sign. I was gonna say, what is the likelihood? Is it minus 20,000 on the money line that after he wins, he calls out Tank? But Gator Boy already hit on it. As soon as he gets his win, the first thing he's gonna do is get in that ring and start talking about, where Tank at?
Where Tank?
Yeah, then he's gonna be like, oh, if you can't get Tank, he'll be like, oh, Devin. What did you say?
You think Tank gonna be there, in person? It's a big fight, and you think he might?
Oh yeah, he was there for the last Cruz fight. Well, it was actually the end.
He hops in the ring. You think he entertains it?
Oh no.
Nah,
Tank, Tank knows. Tank knows. It was last time when Cruz called him out and pointed at Tank. Tank was like shushing the crowd and was booing him. Yeah, Tank's not getting up there.
All right.
He gonna stay cool. He gonna stay cool.
All right.
But I do think that fight's happening next.
All right, I think we kept them boys waiting long enough. It's time to break it down. The fight of the century, right? Or the fight of the decade. My bad. Spence versus
Century.
biggest fight probably since Pacquiao versus Floyd. I would say in boxing terms, on like what it means to the sport of boxing. Of course, it's not going to do the Pacquiao Mayweather numbers, but in the sport of boxing in a confined space, there's no bigger fight or better fight to be made right now. Maybe Usyk Fury. But we get what we get. We've been begging for this for 5 years, man. Like, money line, Bud is slight favorite, -130, I think, to Spence's +105. Like, those odds could change fight night. That's how good of a fight it is. You got the big shark himself. You got fucking Bud. Let us hear. Let's start. Who wants to? Marcus, I haven't heard much from you. Let me hear you. You start it off and then swing it over to Gator.
Yeah, man. I was thinking about it earlier. I'm like, bro, this might be the most 50-50. I know I'll be talking a lot of shit too about my dog Bud, but this has got to be the most 50-50 fight I'm gonna watch in my boxing lifetime, man. I'm only 25, but it's definitely the biggest 50-50 fight I'm gonna watch, bro. In reality, you can see who can win from both sides. Like, you can see Spence winning, you can see Bud winning. It's really a toss up, bro. But man, shit, I'm excited, man. I mean, what do you want me to dive into?
Oh shit! Before we talk in the fight, let me hear y'all thoughts on the pressers. Cause that shit just happened today. It's fresh on our mind. What do y'all think? Like, anyone win the battle of the press conference?
The one thing I noticed. Yeah. No, you go ahead, Gator. Go ahead, Gator.
Okay. You already know I'm going to team Derek James. I think Derek James cooked them. But I will say I really love this fight. Like, it's really, you know what I'm saying, it's really personal, and like, you ever watch the Kim and Mace podcast? They say like how you pick one, the other one's gonna say F you, you stay on that side. So it's like you gotta pick one and stay on that side. And it's just so far in the decade in 2020, there has not been a bigger fight. There has not been more important or bigger fight than this one. Of the 2020s. I'm not sure what can happen, because it's 5 years in the making. That is 5 whole years in the making of build up, trash talk, agendas, everything.
And it's not like we haven't seen too many signs from both guys that they're slowing down. So like, it might not be their full prime, but it's right there still where you can say
like they're fighting their best.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, like, I feel like this is, bro. I mean, it could have been.
They both do.
It could have happened in 2019, but man, this is the time, man. That shit. I'm excited, man. That shit crazy.
Better now than later. I do wish I got it 2018, 2019 through those years, but I'd rather have it now than never ever have it. And they both look phenomenal in shape. They did not look bad in their last fights. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's not like they look super washed. You know what I'm saying? As in with the Floyd versus Manny Pacquiao, you can kind of see how they're coming at the tail. They still look like they're
right.
At the top of their game, because they are. You know, despite being 33 and 30 and 35, they're still at the top of their game.
They both take care of their bodies. I think since the accident with Spence, I think he really locked in and really started taking care of himself, and locked in. And Bud, he seems like the type that's just a gym rat. I mean, there's been times I haven't really seen that boy too much out of shape. He probably walks around in the 60s, but bro, them boys are gym rats, man.
Yeah, I will say this is you seen how Bud looks after. This is like, he looks crazy. Like, he looks.
Yeah, bro. This is the most in shape.
This is the most in shape I've ever seen him. He is coming for war. He is coming. He is coming for war.
And also, the one thing I think Bud's really been in camp. Not like full camp, but he's been in camp since the beginning of the year, bro. Like, I felt
he's in a gym. Oh yeah.
He knew the fight was coming. Active. He knew it was just a matter of when the shit was going to get signed. He's always working out. Yeah,
he's always working out. He's always working out. Gym rat. He's always working out. Yeah, he's always putting in the work.
That's what I like about him.
And it shows in the ring. It shows in the ring. All the things he practices. You know what I'm saying? And he's never ever been that shit. Mm-hmm.
And then Spence sitting there, you in the gym with Frank Martin, Charlo, bro, Derek James, bro.
Derek James working Derek James says he will drive to their house and drag them out of bed. You know what I'm saying? Y'all seen all accesses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and ever since, and I think it was the Ugas All Access. He was saying like ever since like the car accident and the eye injury, like he's been like spending a lot of time and money on his body. He hired a nutritionist. He hired a great nutritionist that helped him cut weight. I'm pretty sure he brought him back.
Yeah, he's there for the all access. I saw his ass.
Oh yeah, yes sir. Yeah, and he's Oh yeah, this is they're both at the peak. I think I want to say the peak.
I got a question for y'all then. Is this a fight where somebody or either side comes in with a game plan and follows it thoroughly? Or is this a fight where the fighters come in with a game plan, but then that shit's thrown out the window come round 2 or 3 because instincts take over or the fight isn't going? Let me hear.
I think Derrick James, out of anyone, is going to be the one with the best game plan. Even though I'm going for Bud, I think Derrick James is going to have the best game plan possible for Spence. And then you look at Spence's amateur background and just like how fundamentally sound Spence is, I think he's going to have the best game plan. And I see Bud more working off his adjustments, using his, like his just like download information. I feel like he's gonna be working on the fly almost and like working off his instincts. But I definitely think Derrick James and Spence coming with they're gonna come with a game plan, man, and they're gonna stick to it. You don't see Spence just like driving away from his game plan, man. Spence, he comes at you and he stays at you, and he doesn't change up his shit. Even if you changing up your shit, he stays to the point.
Mm-hmm. That was the point I was just about to make. Like they have a great game plan, but they're gonna like follow it through. There's not gonna be like too many adjustments made because they already got their game plan all set out. Yeah. You touched on that same point because I think Bud's gonna make more adjustments, but they're gonna make like adjustments that work. You know what I'm saying? That they're gonna make some really good adjustments because Bo Mac, he's a really good smart trainer. He is very very smart.
So
I think Bo Mac is a good trainer. But I think Derrick James is a great trainer, and that's the difference.
Bo Mac, Bo Mac's a lot better. But as much as I hate on Bo Mac, I do think he's a lot smarter than I give him credit for.
All right,
he's a good trainer.
Compliments. I like seeing both y'all acknowledge the other side because I feel like a lot of other pods and a lot of people that are breaking down this fight. They, like you said earlier, like a lot of people they pick a side and they stay on that side. They act like the other side ain't green also. Like the other side can be just as green as my side, but nah, my side greener, and my side's gonna.
Hey man, back in 2018, man, I watched Spence like ever since he won that first belt, man. When he was coming up as a prospect, bro. So like, I've been a big Spence fan. It's not like I try not to hate on him. I like to talk shit too. So that's what it is, man. Yeah. But man, I honestly back in 2018. I had Spence, but over the time I really grew on Bud and like his style and just really watching his like fights. That really grew on me more. But nah, man, I definitely can't disrespect Spence when we really talking real shit because them boys are dogs, bro.
Yeah. And same thing with Terence Crawford. Yeah, as much as like critiquing and make jokes, that he's still like all like resume aside, skill set. He's one of the most complete fighters in boxing.
All right, guys. I think it's time we get to the nitty gritty. I'm gonna throw it out. The over under is set at 10.5, but it's a minus 270 on the over. And like it's a massive. And a lot of people see this fight going to decision. So I'm just gonna say over under 11.5 rounds. Do y'all think it goes into? Do we see it go into the 12th round? Do you see a fight getting finished before in the middle of the 11th round? Let me hear y'all's official picks, and let me hear y'all's over under 11.5.
Okay, I gotta going over. I gotta go into a decision.
Okay.
And I'm going Spence UD.
Spence UD decision. How do you see it? Is it more like is he working him? Is it gonna be like a knockdown, or is it gonna be more of like a contested fight, close fight, good decision, or
it's going to be very, very, very technical. It's going to be very technical within the first 4 rounds. I think it's going to start slow. It's going to be a lot of jabbing back and forth. Because Crawford, because in my eyes, he's the best either or second best. He's top 2, one of the best counter punchers in boxing. He knows how to catch you at the right moments, catch you, slips the shots, and
The weird angles.
Something. Oh yeah, them weird angles themselves. Yeah, switch stance. He can hit you with all types of angles. You know what I'm saying? So I do expect him to come out orthodox. You know what I'm saying? A lot of jabs back and forth. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna try. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna try to use their lead hand because opposite stances opens up that you know
Counter.
opening for the lead hand. You know what I'm saying? That thing in the middle of the fight it's gonna turn up. They're both gonna hurt each other, but I don't think I'm not saying Spence gonna get hurt, but I think he's gonna feel something. He's gonna feel something between 7 to 8 rounds. He's gonna feel a little something. He's gonna feel something. Then that's when he's gonna tap back in. He's like, okay, I'm gonna tap back in.
Like the Sean Porter fight.
Tap back in. He's gonna force him on the inside. He's gonna try to walk him out, force him on the inside. He's not gonna try to box him from the outside. He's gonna force him on the inside, hit him with a gut shot, body shots, all the, you know those inside tactics. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Tries to, you know what I'm saying, that little headlock they try to do when they tie up. So he's really smart, and he's just gonna keep pushing the pace with it because Spence got some unreal stamina. He's gonna push the pace on Crawford later in the rounds, but Crawford's still he's gonna be right there. Crawford's in crazy shape. He's gonna be right there too.
Right.
Is it a close decision, or you have a Spence winning like a safe margin?
It'll be close, but I think it'll be close. I think it'll be comfortable enough for us to be like, okay, yeah, Spence was the better man on that night.
Okay.
It's not going to be I don't think it's going to be a blowout or anything at all, but I do think Spence is going to get a good amount of the early rounds because Bud is, he's known as to be a slow starter. The Kell Brooks fight and all this, he starts slow. He has to figure you out first. Spence is coming in there. He's already boxing up. Bud takes a couple rounds to figure him out. Then that's when Bud's going to start attacking with all his counter punching and.
All right.
And it's going to be a really good one.
Marcus, over under 11.5, and how do you see the fight playing out?
I'm going with the over, but if there is a knockdown, I think it's gonna come from Bud, and I think Spence will go down. But I do see the fight going going all 12, and it's gonna go to decision. But I do believe if there is gonna be someone that does go down, I believe Spence will go down. But yeah, man, I got Bud in 12. But the only problem with that, bro, is a lot of people are not confident in Bud in a decision, man. A lot of people think if it goes to decision, it's gonna lean more Spence. So there's an issue with that. But I think the fight's gonna play out kind of like what Gator was saying, how Spence is gonna push the pace from the beginning. There is gonna be a lot of jabbing, but I think Spence is gonna be pushing that pace. He's gonna be having that same drive the whole fight, and I think Crawford is going to kind of start slowish and really trying to find what he's looking for, download some information. But I think Spence is going to bank in a couple early rounds, keep those in the bank, and then I think Crawford is going to be able. The one thing about Crawford, brother, I think is going to really help him in this fight. He punches in between punches, and I think that's going to be the biggest key. As Spence is jabbing, as Spence is coming in, I think there could be openings for overhand hook. There could be uppercuts. I think that's one thing that Bud does the best, man. The boy is punching through the punches. He knows how to keep distance. That's probably his best asset besides his instinct, his natural instinct. And I think he's gonna be looking for them counter shots. I don't know if he's gonna shy away too much from the inside work, but he's also not he doesn't sit there and try to trade shots in the inside every fight either. So but that's what Spence. I think Spence is gonna come at him the whole fight. But I don't know, man. I think Bud's gonna be able to catch him in between punches. I think his ability to just think on the fly, man, just be able to just create shit and just be able to. That's what makes Bud so special to me, bro. And I think that's what's gonna be the difference in the fight. And I think if there's a knockdown, it's gonna be Bud knocking down Spence. But I don't think there will be no knockout or anything. That'll be insane. But I think it'll be Bud in a split decision.
In the same, okay, so split decision. I was gonna ask, do you think it'll be a cohesive, okay, everyone agrees?
It's gonna be a close fight because I think because those first 3 to 4 rounds, I think are gonna be more. People are gonna be leaning Spence. I feel and I feel in the middle to later rounds, I think Bud is gonna start cooking a little more because you've seen it in the Sean Porter fight. It kind of got up to, what was it, the 10th round when they were starting to talk shit and be like, yo, you down on the cards, and Sean was kind of
going to the 11th.
Yeah, so like Sean was giving him frustration in the inside, but boom, you heard them say that in the corner. Bud locked in on some like dog shit, went out there and did some fucking OD shit, blah blah blah. But I think that's the difference, man. But Bud is a slow starter, so I feel like a lot of people are gonna be seeing a lot of early rounds go to Spence. But I think, man, I think Bud's gonna be able to use his that counter punching in between punches. And I think I could see a knockdown from that exact punch I said when Spence is jabbing that over the hook, man, right over his jab, that hook. And I see that hurting Spence, but this is going to be an insane fight. It's really 50-50, though, man. I wouldn't be surprised if Spence does pull it out.
So right now on DraftKings, Gator Boys pick of Errol Spence winning decision is sitting at plus 225, a 2-1 bet right now. And then if Marcus pick with Terence Crawford by decision sitting at plus 180, almost a 2-1 bet. So both getting good odds on that. But I'm rock. I know I'm Team Bud. I'm Team everything Bud right now. I got Bud. I want to say decision because they're both very technical and very technical sound. But I think I'm gonna go with the KO here. Maybe just to be a little different on the show. I'd take the Terence Crawford via KO, sitting at plus 270. I know he's a smaller guy and all that jazz, and everyone likes to know Spence is a big dog. Spence also said after this fight, I'm going up to 154 with the if he wants to rematch, be at 154. So he'll be the bigger guy. But like I said, like Inoue, and the whole thing people kept talking about with Inoue Fulton, like Fulton's fought bigger guys. Figueroa right now is boxing at 126 and still a big guy at the weight class. But the difference between Inoue and Figueroa is not the weight, it's not the size, it's how crisp they land their shots, and they can hit angles at a speed, and the power might not be as strong as some other people. But when it's that crisp at that speed and that like on point, like it's causing more damage than somebody who got wild power but can't land as cleanly. So I think we see like I was gonna get real disrespectful in this motherfucker, and I was gonna say we're gonna see like a George Foreman uppercut of fucking Frazier type of KO. But how nice we've been and how respectful we've been on this pod. I see Spence, like we all saying, Bud's a slow starter. Spence is the guy with the cardio, with the pace. He likes to walk you down. He'll be in your face the whole fight. And a lot of people are saying, like, almost everyone can agree, like, okay, Spence is probably going to win the early rounds, all that jazz. And Derek James, great trainer, he knows that, okay, for us to win on decision, let's dominate the early rounds where we'll definitely win on the scorecard. And as long as we make the next few rounds, if they're even close, just make sure we're kind of winning them as well. Like, it's almost hard to lose a decision at that point. But I think that's going to work against them because I think that's part of Derek James' game plan, force Spence to go in there and kind of walk him down early and dominate. And I think that's going to open up Crawford with him with a mean counter that wobbles him. And then we see him, maybe he doesn't get knocked down right there. Maybe he gets saved by the bell. But I just think him trying to walk him down is going to open up Crawford's off counter punching, which, like you said, top 2 in the game right now, arguably top 1. And I think, I'm not saying Spence is counting out Crawford, but I think he does view him as a smaller guy. I think he does view him as somebody, I fought other great fighters. I can walk you down, and until you show me that power, that crazy punch, then I'm going to keep doing what I do best. And I think Crawford's going to show him in like the first 2 or 3 rounds a punch that's like, oh shit, like maybe not knock him down, but it's going to change the game plan of the whole fight. And as Bud goes into the later rounds, maybe like a 10th round TKO. I don't see it maybe being like a complete stoppage, like wake up, Earl, or wake up. Like, nah, I see it more like maybe the unanswered punches, maybe some shit like that. But maybe even a doctor stoppage, the eyes getting closed shut. But I think Bud's gonna change the course of the fight early, and then kind of as he keeps downloading data, is only gonna get a bigger gap as the fight goes on.
Oh yeah.
I got a question for y'all.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Well, how much do you guys think each fighter is gonna be coming in on fight night? Like, how much weight? Like, what do you think they're gonna be weighing at?
It's probably be like, I don't know what his walking around weight was. I would guess like 158, probably maybe 160. I don't know how much he gains back in fights.
I was thinking around 168, 169, 168.
Oh, so he big like that, like closer to the one. And then Bud.
He's a big guy. Yeah, he's a big guy.
I know. This is definitely his last fight in the weight class, unless Crawford wins. But this is like I didn't know he was putting on like 20 pounds more. Bud, I think what is he coming in at? Like 160?
I say Bud probably in like the high 50s to low 60s, maybe, but I say more like low 60s, maybe like high 50s. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Well, me and Mark,
I think it was 162.
162. I agree. Well, me and Mark already answered the knockout question. I was gonna save this to follow up, but like, do y'all see any knockdowns? I know me and Marcus said our pick on that. But Gator Boy, you see any knockdowns in this fight?
I don't. I'll be honest. I don't. I think it'll be a lot of buzzes, but I think it's gonna be a lot more technical than a lot more technical. It's gonna be physical. I think it's gonna be a little bit more technical than the average people think. I think it's gonna be like because they both have a really good respect for each other in the ring.
Does it get chippy? Does it get chippy at all? Does the inside?
Oh yeah. In between. Yeah. Oh yeah. That one like someone like let's say the bell rings. Somebody's gonna land a last hit and be like, you know what I'm saying, to get each other's face, or even after the first round. Even after the first round, they imagine they throw like 5 punches and they're still gonna talk trash. You know what I'm saying? The first round they're like, yeah, and that's gonna have the crowd up, and it's gonna be a fun fight.
Is it gonna be similar to like Caleb Plant versus Anthony Durrell type of chippy, where like someone's getting fucking body judo flipped over them, and like someone?
Nah, I don't think it'll be like that. I think
I don't think it'll be out of hand. But they have a respect. Like obviously they want to fight, but they have a respect for each other that they won't.
They know they're like, both great.
Mm-hmm. They won't be like too dirty. You know what I'm saying?
I think this fight's gonna create a lot of big legendary moments, man. Like round 6, them boys are just fucking throwing. Boys are weaving, ducking, just going back and forth, bro. It's gonna be like Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, where like they just got rounds where you like, damn, who won that round? I think there's gonna be a lot of big moments that is gonna be very memorable in this fight, bro.
Crawford's so good at catching you. Like I do think he's gonna catch. He's gonna catch Spence, but it's gonna be like as the buzzer rings, and that's where it's gonna get really chippy. Spence may like buzz a little bit.
Him like, yeah, you like that?
Yeah. Then Spence gonna be like, I'm still here. Then Derek James is gonna tap him back in that focus. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the trainers say to the fighters, but he'll get him back. He's gonna hype him up. He's gonna come back, and Spence is gonna he's gonna wash him that next round.
All right, boys. Well, fuck. I'll save the what ifs, because there is the talk of Spence moving up to 154 if he wins, and the rematch would have to be at that weight class. And if Crawford wins, I'm pretty sure he'll stay at 147 to try to drain Spence back to 147 if he wants to rematch type shit. But I'll save those questions.
That's smart.
Yeah, I'll save those questions for the recap when we actually know who won and what are the implications coming in.
I can't believe there's even gonna be a recap, bro.
I'm so happy the fight's here. The fight's here.
It doesn't even feel real, bro.
And this was really supposed to be this was like supposed to be like the first fight. Like I remember last year when I first met KK, I was like, this was supposed to be the fight I was supposed to come on, because it was around the time that you know what I'm saying, like, oh, they're about to sign, you know what I'm saying?
November 19th was the date they were given, I think.
We posted it on YouTube, and we had people in the comments on our ass talking about this news fake, y'all bullshitting.
I know people who bought hotel tickets. Stephen Espinosa was in Spaces saying, maybe you might have to go ahead and buy them tickets.
When Michael Benson tweets it, I believe it. All right, that's all I'm saying, bro. When I see Michael Benson tweeting it, I'm believing it.
They'd be like, breaking, bro. Even Bleacher Report was posting that November date. Bleacher Report was posting it. ESPN was posting. Everyone was posting that November date, bro. That shit was cap.
People were booking hotels. I know Vegas was confused getting a bunch of hotels booked randomly. Like, oh, what is
right? Their phones started blowing up. That shit.
Then all the cancellation.
But stay tuned, y'all boys. We'll be back for the recap. One of our sides will be right, and we can't wait to fucking talk it. And just all the implications that come afterwards. It's the biggest fight of the decade, and please watch it. This is the fight boxing needs. Everyone has to watch this fight. Otherwise, we might not see another big fight like this. If it doesn't pull out the pay-per-view numbers, if it doesn't pull out the actual audience that they want, like we might not see two top dogs do this again if it doesn't bring results that we expect and we need in the sport of boxing right now. So please watch this fucking fight. It's the fight of the fucking century. And as always, this has been Totally Blitz Podcast, breaking down all the action coming for y'all. I'm Paul Pick and Win 'em Concha, joined with Marcus Prime Time Penley and Jamari Gator Boy Southpaws Run Boxing on Twitter. And as always, if y'all didn't know, we didn't mind telling y'all, this has been Totally Blitz Podcast, motherfuckers.